Hey there, Canada. It is definitely fall, and we want to say happy Thanksgiving to you and your family. This is our October video update, and we're going to bring you some new information on a couple bills that we've been watching, as well as a report from Israel and some really cool things that are coming up in the next couple months that you can sign up to be a part of. And so first of all, we just want to tell you a little bit about what's happening in the news in the nation of Canada. In the last week, there's been a lot of stories about 3 former sex workers that are going to the Ontario court to see if they can get prostitution decriminalized in Canada. And so there's lots of news articles that are being posted up on our bloggable news page, and we encourage you to read them. There's articles about the Human Rights Commissions, about the anti-spanking legislation, about Israel, all kinds of things being posted up there every day that you can read and respond to with our Letter to the Editor tool. And you can send the letters to the editor to every newspaper in your province with one click. Secondly, we want to bring you the good report. Joyce Smith's human trafficking bill passed through the House of Commons on September 30th. It's now in the Senate, where it needs to be voted on 3 more times before it becomes law. And so now's the time to start emailing your senators, sending them petitions and postcards, and asking them to support this bill in debate and in vote. And so you don't just have one senator like you have one member of parliament. Senators aren't assigned ridings, they're assigned provinces. And so if you look at the list of senators that's up on our website, every senator from your province represents you. And so we encourage you to contact all of the senators from your province and all of the senators in general, if you like, and ask them to support this bill. Also, it's probably going to be studied by the Human Rights Committee within the Senate, and so we've posted up the list of senators that are in the Human Rights Committee so that you can send them specific letters asking them to support it during the committee debate. There's also another human trafficking bill that's being debated in the Senate right now. It's actually in committee, and that's S-223, which would be somewhat of a national strategy to fight human trafficking. It would set up a 1-800 24/7 hotline for victims of human trafficking to call and get help. It would allow temporary residence cards for anyone that is trafficked into Canada, which would open up our medical system to them, open up our legal system to them, open up counseling and education for them, and allow them to work after they've gotten out of the sex trade. And so you can also contact your senators about that bill as well, and you can find more information about it up on our human trafficking page on our website. So about a week ago, the euthanasia bill was debated for the first time in the House of Commons, and this is one of the first times that euthanasia has been debated in the House of Commons in our nation. And so the debate went fairly well. Almost all of the parties spoke against it, but they spoke against it for different reasons, and some of the parties were a little bit wishy-washy on why they were against euthanasia or if they were actually against it. And so we want to encourage you guys to step it up, to keep sending postcards. We have free postcards that you can download and send to your member of parliament. You never need a stamp when you're mailing the House of Commons or People on the Hill. We also have a petition that you can sign, and there's a couple websites specifically devoted to this bill, C-384, Dying with Dignity, that have a lot more information on stuff that you can do. And you can also visit our website on the Life page for more information on this and other one-click letters and petitions and postcards that you can be sending to your members of parliament. We also encourage you to be writing letters to the editor and calling into talk shows when they're talking about euthanasia and being a strong voice against it in this nation. And so you can find out more information again at www.formycanada.ca, and if you have any questions at all, email us at admin@formycanada.ca and we'll find the answers for you.
A bunch of us just got back from Israel. There were 14 of us, and we spent 2 weeks in Jerusalem and in Tel Aviv, meeting with different members of the Knesset, meeting with awesome journalists, meeting with the One Family organization that deals with victims of terror in the Middle East who have suffered from bombings that have taken place. We've also met with some awesome people in soup kitchens. We met with people, just really cool missionaries from all over the world within Jerusalem. And we had an awesome opportunity to just talk with these people, hear their heart on different issues, and then come back to Canada. We came back with some amazing facts that we didn't know. We learned that while we were in the soup kitchen, we learned that Israel currently has more kids under the poverty line than Mexico. We learned that the idea of a 2-state solution is something really nice and ideal, but that it isn't necessarily something that is practical and will actually be carried out. We learned about Hamas, we learned about Iran, and we learned about how China factors into Iran, how Canada factors into the whole thing. And as of right now, We have a page up on our website with different videos, different articles, and just a bunch of information that you won't hear about in the secular media in Canada that we can offer you.
This November 15th to 21st, we are taking our 8th Josiah team on to Parliament Hill. This is so exciting. We do this once a year where we'll take a team of young adults from all across Canada onto Parliament Hill to meet with about 50 to 60 members of Parliament for the sole purpose of honoring them, thanking them for their service to Canada, but also sharing our hearts with them on the issues that we're passionate about. So we'll be speaking to them, of course, about the euthanasia bill, about continued initiatives on things like human trafficking, poverty, issues from the Middle East, life issues. There's so much to share our hearts with them about. So good news is there might be an opportunity for you to still squeak in this, so you can find out more information on this website. Go to Future Initiatives and find out how you can apply to be a part of the Josiah team this year. This December 9th to 12th is the next National Siege Conference. It's Siege Toronto. And this is an amazing conference that we want to highlight, where we'll be bringing together some of Canada's strongest and leading voices on a variety of topics. The whole purpose of this conference is to impart some fresh revival fire into your hearts, but also to equip you practically to be a voice on many of the issues that we are constantly highlighting on this website and on our e-blasts. And so we've got Dr. Pat Francis coming to be with us. She is a spokesperson at the United Nations and is also an extremely successful business person and pastor who has a strong voice, not only to Canada, but to the nations of the earth. So we're excited about what she'll be bringing to us. We've got Joy Smith coming, who, of course, is one of the strongest voices in Canada on the issue of human trafficking. We've got Rod Brenouge, who is a Métis member of Parliament, speaking into Aboriginal issues in Canada, and also, of course, is the chair of the Pro-Life Caucus. We've got Heather Clark coming to do worship and a whole workshop on reformation and influencing society through dance. We've got Afshin Javid. If you haven't heard this guy yet, you will be changed forever by his testimony. He is an extremely militant radical Muslim, had a radical encounter with God, and has completely had a life turnaround, and has an incredible, one of the most powerful testimonies that I've heard in years. And so he'll be sharing about that and also talking about bringing peace in the Middle East. Myself and Derek Schneider will be hosting it. We've also got Laura Woodley Osmond, who will be doing worship, and several other leaders that will be joining us by webcast, and perhaps some special surprises as well. On December the 9th, this is really exciting. We've never done anything like this before, but we are having a special banquet just simply to honor God for all that He's done in the last several years through My Canada and the various initiatives throughout the nation of Canada that we've been a part of. And so we've got a special keynote speaker that is scheduled for that event, but you'll have to stay tuned on that one because we're still firming everything up. But you can find out all the information about the conference. There will be workshops during the day and the banquet at siegecanada.ca. That's www.siegecanada.ca. And I just want to close out by saying, do not miss this conference. Seriously, it will change you forever, and the information that will be shared, you will be able to receive in very few other forums. So this is a really special time and a really special gathering of Canadians. So we really hope to see you there.